Good morning. Methorzy, well said. New week, new opportunities. Another week full of opportunities, learning moments, and things like that. Um, who has seen ICT's latest lecture, 4th of last of Friday? I'm just curious. Oh, what is this? What's in my coffee? Well, just want to check. Everything is working. Just checking if everything's working fine, guys. Everything is working. Okay, just need to double check everything because for some reason. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me know, guys, if there's anything with this sound. Sometimes I just don't know. I think it's okay, but I need your feedback if anything is wrong. Yeah, and everything should be fine. Well, everybody's talking now about the 2 a.m. Area, so I'm really happy with that because I still have some missing links, and it's being answered now by ICT himself and other very highly skilled traders, so to speak. So I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys have watched ICTs. Okay, 2 o'clock. Influx of volatility. Now, what do we expect on Nasdaq? We have higher time frame PDRA, right? Because we still have the weekly open from last week. They didn't take that. We've got the midnight above us now. We've got quite a little bit of higher time frame PDRAs. So I'm thinking now we might London session might be more bearish than bullish after we hit those PDRAs. So let's see how it's going to react now at the 2 a.m. The 150 to 2 a.m. macro. Give us a lot of information. And then we'll take it from there. Yeah. What do you guys think about London session? Are you bullish or bearish? Hey, SK, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Thank you, Methercy. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's good to be back again, right? It's good that the weekend is over and we can start again. It's really nice. I love it. So, let's just wait what our information is telling us for NQ, and let's go to gold quickly because gold has some things as well to go over. Let's go to gold. So I just want to wait. I just want to see if we're going to take some higher time frame PDRAs on NQ, which is that. Let me see what are. Let me go to the 5 minutes. So we went the macro, the 152.10 went into this fair value gap. So I think it's just I do think that's what's needed to take out these highs, go to weekly open, and after that I think I'm more bearish than bullish at that point. So I think for the London session coming, for the session that we are in, but we could also go to the Asia lows, right? So we just have to what we're going to do. Let's wait. Let's see what the 152 macro is going to tell us in the market. I really love doing that because it gives me so much information. It really does. And we saw the 2 a.m. volatility coming in, right? It looks like it was still further down to the Asia lows. So let's see if that's a menu. just, and the 210. I just want to mark, so we get back and then we'll see the pivot. And then we'll have more information. It looks bearish for now, but then again, we're in this, oh shit, are you kidding me? This laptop is giving me a headache. It's all new, it's still just I'm just gonna do it like this. Am I? Let me see if how I look, because I might be not straight. Okay, look, I'm straight. Okay, I think I sorted that. Hope so. Okay, here we go. Now let's go to gold quickly. I already marked the 152.10 macro. Same thing. We just want to see, are we going to go to the end walk? Is that the lower time frame PDOA? Or are we going to take a higher, we've got both sides to choose from, but the event horizon is below us. We created equal lows in the 152.10 macro. That's very important information. Yeah. So let's see if we can get a nice trade between 2 and 3:30ish. It should be a good time to have enough information to put on a solid trade, right? Asia. But I should have marked Asia. Where's my Asia high and low? I've marked everything. Oh, here, Asia high is all the way here. I was wondering, where's my Asia high? Asia high is all the way up here on gold. Asia low is over here, so we went below Asia low. Now let's see if we're going to go all the way back up to Asia high. Then we have the New York lunch high, and then much higher is the previous day high. Because we had a good drop down. But it could also be a continuation to the short side, right? If it's to Asia high low. So let's see, because we're already, it could be a continuation to the downside. But let's have a look. So just let's see what we have. If it's going to be Asia high, or are we going to be in a continuation model to the downside? We've got a new 4-hour candle. If I'm looking right now, look where Asia high is. Look at the 4-hour candle. Do you think we're going to go up here to take the Asia high at the moment? Could that be the case? I think we're going to continue to the downside a little bit instead of going to Asia high, but we'll see. Why? Also because we also created those equal lows here, right? So let's see. I think I'm going for a long on NQ because we still have this weekly open above us. We just hit the fair value gap here. I'm going to paper trade my first trade, guy. I always paper trade my first trade. I don't want to put any money on the line. So stop loss is going to be below midpoint here. And then previous day high. Equal or equals. You got weekly open on a Friday when you have a solid move like that and they don't take out the weekly open. So keep it on your just keep it on because it's sort of like a magnet as well. The 5210 is already running. We hit in an inversion. I'm sorry, a value gap, but also here a break, right? You see that? Let me mark that. Let me just mark the first two. I don't want everything. This is a solid entry. I mean, this is like going to propel higher. See that? Okay. A breaker here. Breaker. The 152.10 is becoming my favorite macro in London, actually. Well, no. My 352.410 stays my favorite. But this is a good second one. Here we go. So I believe we're going to get a continuation to the upside. I might want to add. Let me see if I can enter. Just don't. What do I want to do? I think we're going to continue now all the way up to the weekly open. I'm going to put my TP is going to be here. This is going to be. This should not be. We should not come below this level anymore now after this run. But we do have a wick here. Midnight. What are we going to do? We're going to go into this wick here. Well, let's see. I'm just paper trading because I know for myself if I just start after a weekend, I still have to get into it. SK, I combine all strategies. As you see right now, I use the breaker. I use the macros. I literally use all his PD arrays. If I see a mitigation block, I do not use I do look at the order blocks, but not as much as the breaker and the rejection block. It's not just one strategy. It's like for me, building blocks and time. Again, I told you it's time for me that's more important than anything else. So as you can see, I'm just combining all of these things. So right now I mark the breaker. So it depends on how price action, what it's doing, and then I see whatever is presenting and what knowledge I have, and then I try to combine that. So here I mark the breaker, especially because I see it inside with a further value gaps. That gave me in this combined with time. I have the confidence it's going to go up. But then again, I'm looking on the higher time frame, like, okay, how far up are you going to go, right? You're in and walk. Look here, this might be a rejection block, so I'm combining everything. And then again, I'm looking at the midnight here, like, okay, we're going to reject most likely because we're at the end of the macro. We might have a rejection here, which is all makes sense because you got a possible rejection block right over here, right? So let's see. So it is not one thing only, it's just a combination. But if you start SK, you start with one thing you like, example, the fair value gap or the breaker block, and you focus on that and you study it and you backtest it and you just, for example, you only trade the breaker retest. So you just focus on a breaker and you want to retest in a macro and then you take the trade. You just do one thing and you start to understand the PD array. So that's how you start building. That's how I started. I started with, I think my first PD array was my breaker block that I really focused on. And there was a while that I only took breaker retest trades, nothing else, only breaker retest. And once you start doing that, you get more and more confidence and you can start looking at another PD array. But, also when you have an inversion, when you have a market maker, when you have the start of a new market maker bias, it always starts with an inversion. So you can also start focusing on inversion. But the breaker I would start with the breaker because it's sort of like a safer area. You've got already a few confirmations if a buy or sell program has been activated. Because it's always after a reversal, it's like a sequence. You've got the inversion, then you've got the breaker or your order block, and then you've got the first stage of accumulation, then the second stage. But the breaker is one of the most safest because you already have the confirmation of the other two, which are a bit lower, but that's more advanced. You'll get there when you get more advanced to get the turtle soup and the low risk buy. Those are all, those two come before the breaker. But breaker is most safe when you just start. So if that's I think the question for you, what you're looking for, right? If I may ask the reason for you why you're asking. I don't have. I only have sim funded with profit because I live in South Africa. The ones that offer it, they keep you in sim. So I mean that's okay for me. And I've got one my own live account. Yeah, so I combine. That's just only M&Q account that I have, and the rest is just everything is prop. Most of it is prop at the moment. Yes. Is that does that make sense, SK? I just want to make sure that I understand your question, because I think you asked the question about what strategy you use. ICT, I think you want to know what strategy should I focus on. Is that? I just want to make sure that I answer your because everyone has a different level, right, SK? So, but I think if you are already studying the core content, if you study month 4, there you get all the practical, all the sort of blocks that there are. And you understand the premium discount and just the basics, and then just focus on one, and then go in the charts and let me know which one it is, SK, because then I can also during the stream maybe point it out for you, so it helps you maybe a little bit. Like if you say, okay, I just want to focus on the fair value gap or just the breaker, and then I will make sure that during the stream, if I see it, because sometimes I see it but I don't even mention it, because for me it's like it's a bit of automation, some things already. So let me know, okay, if there's one PD array you're focusing on, then I'll just make sure that I highlight it more if I see it, and other people can also do. We're all here to help and grow together. Hey, and I'm still learning. Listen, guys, I'll tell you one thing. I've been making notes of ICT's latest video because I had to go over it twice. There was so much information in it. And even it was like, oh my God, when he goes over in the dollar, he just went over a full market maker thing, and he really shared some yeah, you can do that, SK. That's good, but you can also just start with month 4 and then have one PD array already, and then go back and then just while you're looking already, maybe try to look at one PD array that you don't know yet because you don't like, or you don't know, but like say already fair value gap, or just choose. I would actually, if I can recommend anyone to speed up, is breaker. That is, it starts to get really easy to recognize it, and yeah, SK, maybe I would like to give you that advice. Go over the breaker and then go back, whatever you want to do, and then during the stream, because I will always highlight the breaker if I see it. And then you start recognizing it, and it really helps you to also identify the buy or sell model where we're in. If it's a bullish breaker, we're already in a buy model, and if it's a bearish breaker, we're in a and especially on the higher time frame, it really gives you a lot of information. For example, I'm looking right now at the NQ. Let me point it out straight away, because I think that is, I'm just seeing it as I'm talking. Talk so much. Let me yeah, we're already past midnight. I'm just watching, and look here. What do we see here? Who sees the 4-hour breaker? Let me ask the chat. I'm just curious. Does anybody see the 4-hour breaker and how bullish we are? Okay, we are now at previous day high, right? I want to mark the 4-hour breaker, but I would like to know if everybody sees it. I'm not highlighting the breaker, by the way. I'm doing something else, so just so you know. So you know. Here we go. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. So you have to find your own strategy. That's the whole. That's the whole clue. SK, you need to study and you need to backtest, and then you'll find your strategy. You can watch what I'm doing, and then you can see what my strategy is and what other people's strategy. We'll go over in the channel. We could do set backtest sessions or whatever if we want to, but you need to find your own strategy. But the break or retest is a strategy. So, but you need to find what you really like, because everybody sees something different in the charts. That's really it's really funny, because we can see the same, but some people just use the order block, some use some other thing, but literally we're looking at the same thing, and it's just a little bit of a difference of area that you focus on. But it's like what you need to find your trading identity, if that makes sense, right? Because it's very important. Just copying someone's strategy doesn't help you, because there's so much more you have to look up in the market. You understand? A breaker is not just a breaker. There's so many things. There are a lot of if-then statements around it, when it's valid and the time. So thank you, Mether. Yeah. Yeah, so for me, the weekly open, even though we're going into the, like Meta is saying, but what's the higher time frame PD array, right? Because we're going into higher, it already passed the previous day high, but it's still going, right? So what's the next time, the weekly open? So I have confidence in the weekly open, but like Meta says, you have to be careful, because we're entering in a higher time frame PD array, which is the daily. Did you say daily? I have some other levels already, but yeah. Now the question is, how far are we going to go into that daily fair value, right? Now what has ICT given us? Wicks. What do we do with wicks? We grade them, especially in large areas. I'm still confident that we're going to go up. I think we have until 2:30 for the move up, combining time, right? We're doing time as well, because we are in a continuation move of this macro from my backtesting. And as I said, I've been trying to build a model around this. What I see normally when we start this move, it's still running at 221. We can let it run to 230, and I've got my TP right set at the weekly open, right? So I'm fine. Plus, as you can see here on, we are going into this NWOG. And what do I have here marked? My yellow line is always a volume imbalance. Now I don't know, I think it's a daily volume imbalance. Let me check again. Yes, here we go. I've got this daily volume imbalance, which is just around this area. So I'm very confident to take it up to this area here and let it run using time and well, actually time is above everything for me now. Obviously I look at this, but because of the time, I'm okay to let it just run. Here we go. Let me go to the 1 minute. Iris, come on. Does that make sense to everyone, what I'm saying? Once you start studying the macros and how like if these moves, this is what I've been studying since I've been checking these macros, especially the 150 method, you know it, right? Like what happens when specific things happen, if this happens and we start running, I trusted that it will run until a certain time. And what helps me, looking at what do we have above us and what is happening, like right over here. So like I said, I'm bearish for I am looking for a higher time PD array, but I am actually bearish for the London session. But I put on this trade just to show, okay, listen, am I seeing it correctly? And if so, then I think we'll have a bearish setup later, somewhere after 2:30. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside. Any questions about this? Is this clearer? Is there any? Now I'm gonna look here. We hit the. Okay, well, it should be taken out on the paper. Come on. Okay. Okay, I think that deserves a little bit of there's no money on the line for me. I didn't take it on my any account, but I always want to reward myself for a good analysis. Hey, but now we have to pay attention, guys. That was just a warm up, but spot on. Well done. Who took that? Who took that trade? Who saw it? Now, previous day high, weekly, we hit the weekly open, so we've got liquidity. We're in the daily fair value gap. Now we want to wait for a change in state of delivery before we go short. I'm not doing anything until I really have a proper, because we might go higher, right? I just took the lowest hanging fruit for me. If I would take a trade, this is a trade that I would have taken. How many points was it, by the way? Let me just check. Especially when I just want my money and I just take it and have a good. Where did I get out? So if you see it go over the volume imbalance, right, like this, so be careful because it might go higher. Okay, it was 768. I don't get any FOMO, guys, because I don't, as you can see, I don't have any FOMO missing a move like this. It's a beautiful move, but once you start seeing these things, you get less FOMO because you know it happens over and over and over again. Right. The previous week open. Yes, a weekly open. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, it's automated. Yeah, correct. It was last week's. Yeah, because we didn't hit it last week. It was last week open. Yeah, but it's we didn't hit it with the on Friday. So normally when you have a Friday move and they leave the weekly open, it's a magnet. Yeah, and as you can see, it just it took it. But I thought I thought we might make it to that weekly open actually Friday, but we did not. It did not do that. So let's see. Now, let me quickly go on here to the 15. Just want to go. Yeah, this is the weekly open that I was talking about. Now, the question is, are we going to go short or not? Because we also have an opening range here, totally unfilled, right, from Thursday. So I don't know. I'm still bearish, to be honest. I'm looking at the chart. I'm just wondering if we are not just going up to this area here. This way. You know, also because we had this 15-minute bearish breaker, a bullish breaker. Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to miss that entry. Got a breaker retest, and now we're. I think we're going to be a continuation to the upside, actually, to be honest. Breaker retest. I'm going to get rid of these. 10 o'clock. We had a run higher around 2 a.m. We purged, but do we see a purge and revert here? Um, I think we're going higher. It's just, it looks a bit different. Did we? I think we actually that fair value gap was actually in. Let me just double check because then we have an expansion model. I just want to make sure that this is in Asia, right? Yeah. See, this is in Asia. This is in Asia. So are we having expansion? But this was not on 2:30. It was 2 a.m. So that's my only confusion. If we would have this in 2:30, then I would say we expand. Uh, but it was exactly at 2. So, well, let's see. We want to see a, we'll know, I guess, if we start going back, right? If we get, mm, mm, mm. Why are you doing that? Yeah. So the fact that we got over this volume imbalance, okay, here we go. That's exactly, I was like, why are we above the volume imbalance? We should go below it and in order to go down. But if we don't go below this volume imbalance, this is an area that we have to be careful, I think. Because I can frame it both ways now after this period. Normally, I would say very comfortably we go down now because we had a higher time frame PD array, right? We're in a daily fair value gap. We had the weekly open, midnight is taken, but it doesn't look like it wants to go down yet. Maybe just for a retracement, but not really significantly, right? That's my, 125, 152, 2.5. Okay. Well, if we want to see a move down, we want to see a change in state delivery before 4 o'clock. I'm going to get rid of these. Okay, so this is here. We are at 1. We reached 1. I don't want those high time periods to go out. We did not hit the 0.5 yet. I'm just looking at this 4-hour candle, guys. I don't see I can only imagine on the 4-hour that we're going to get a bit of a retracement. But we just started a new one. This is the new 4-hour candle. Could this be a wick? We go back into this area here. Or are we going to expand? Look at this 4-hour candle here. Look at this one here. What are we doing? It's 1.25. Yeah. So I'm always happy to get out after a move like that because you don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck in this kind of, non-decisive price action. So when I see a move like that, I just, grab the low-hanging fruit and I just get out. It might go further up, but I just either re-enter or because I just don't know. For me, oh, hold on. Oh, just 1 second, guys. That was weird. Who's bullish? Who's bearish? I'm curious. I'm just curious what what do you guys think? Hey, Powell, how are you doing? Yes, that's so nice to start the week with. Amazing day, an incredible week, and let's make some noise and let's make some money and let's learn and just have some good trades, right? Here we go. So we are at 1 standard deviation of the higher time frame. If I calculate this manipulation move here, did I do it correctly or did I do it wrong? That doesn't look correctly. That looks very wrong. That looks very wrong. That looks very wrong. But we didn't even hit the 0.5. So I'm inclined to be more bullish than bearish at the moment for just one, maybe one more leg up. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, everything shouts we are done to go. We have higher time frame PDRA. We hit many of them already, but it's just not doing much. Now, of course, we can have time distortion, but does it want more, right? What do we have more up here? Look at the 1 hour. Does it want more liquidity to the upside before it goes down? It took quite a bit already, but it's tricky, huh? This area as always. That's why sometimes I just take these moves and I just run. Previous day high, we took previous day high already. I think we have to look more into what else is above us on the higher time frame. I think there's more we need to look into to make sure we don't miss anything. I'm gonna go on the 15 on this one. Just there's something off. We could just also go into time. We could also go into consolidation, right? Get a few of these 15-minute candles here. Now I frame this breaker here. Look, we've got another one here, right over here. This was the one that took that 2 a.m. move, right? It's this one here. So this gave this move, but we also have one here, right? Right over here. It's going a little bit high. If I can't see it, I just always zoom out, go higher. Now, if we take this as a breaker, this has been activated with this candle. Now, what do we want to see? We want to see a retest, right? Of a breaker. Now we take the full breaker, Asia low, isn't it? So that could be a move. The breaker retest could take the Asia low. But is it going to do that? Maybe go up here first. Now I'm just going to mark the upper 15-minute candle for the breaker. Just pop now. But what do we have? What do we have? It's 2:45. Just looking at the 4-hour candle. If the 4-hour candle is going to, doesn't make sense that it go below. Does it go below? Then this is the manipulation wick. And then we make it go down all the way to here. or are we just going to tap into this area, stay above midnight? We went below midnight here. There you go. We'll see at the next macro what it's going to do. Looks bullish, right? It's a 15-minute candle. 381. Okay, the body is below the volume imbalance after 1 hour. Let's see if we can change in state delivery. Well, I think that 2 o'clock, that 2 a.m. move was actually very clear, and that was the easy one, right? I guess that was really the easy move. That's why I've been tracking it. Meta knows from day one, and it's a little bit hard to read now too, because I can frame it both ways. To be honest, at this moment, I can still see a higher move up, even though it doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense, but does it want more liquidity to the upside, or is it ready to go to the downside? Are we going to have a continuation, or does it have enough liquidity being in a daily fair value gap? We took old weekly open. We took a previous day high. You would think it would be enough, right? But I guess if you're in such a large higher time frame range, it could just take one more leg up before it goes down. So we have to be a little bit careful. We have gone through the end walk, and looking at the end walk on the 4 hour, we had buy side going through it, and now we just have sell side first, right? You see there's a sell side through it, and now we just finalized the buy side through it. So is it likely that it's already going back into that end walk? That is something that I also normally you would see if it passes through an end walk, you go a little bit higher. And we still have an opening range gap above us from Thursday, which was totally unfilled. And that boy is still here. Let me show you guys. Now it doesn't have to fill it, right? But normally here, this one, the gray area, totally unfilled. Nothing has happened there. Look, nothing. Nada. And I've got a very solid level here, now 1.25. Still in it. Can you see how I calculated that? That's a manipulation from all the way here. This is I love this level. I use the 1.25 a lot, and as you can see here as well, right? Look here, 1.25. Where do we have a retracement? Here, boom. You'll see me have the 1.25 on my fib a lot, and I just, for me, it just gives me a lot of information. For it's a higher time frame though. It's not on the lower. Well, it's sort of like it's fractal obviously, but especially on the higher time frame, I use it a lot. And look here, how exact. Boom. So 1.25. That means we still have, we go to 2.5. So also that gives me. Like, are we gonna go here? Where's 4 on this one? Well, look at that, just above the 1.25. Yeah. So I just don't. I just cannot be too bearish now. Even though I was bearish when I said, yeah, once we hit that, and especially in this time, and everything lined up to be, you know, we hit a PD array around 230, which was significant. Then you would think, okay, we're ready to go down. You know, we've hit the purge and revert. Come on. No, but I don't think. You know, you also want to see some speed, right? Normally, I guess. But this price action confuses me a little bit the way it's going. But I guess we cannot deny what's going on. You know, higher time frame. And would we go down after hitting a breaker? Oh, actually, this isn't a breaker, is it? It's not a breaker. Look here. We didn't have any body close above, below it. This is not a breaker, but this is here. And that's activated now. This is clearly activated. We have a breaker activation, but again, you take whole breaker, the Asia low is below it. So technically, if you to have a breaker retest, you can retest the whole area with still bullish, right? And you still go below Asia low, technically. So well, you just have to wait. Weekly open. Let's have a look at gold quickly. What has gold been doing? Where were you at 230? So 230, it hit midnight. We took liquidity, but we moved further up. What are we doing? Are we going to go up to the annual? Or is it rejecting here in this block? Now for gold, what I find interesting, let's see if they make an equal high here. Or is it going to take this high here? This. Get rid of this. Break this. You see there's an event horizon, a midpoint between two N-walks. You know, you see that a lot. And let's see where the 50% is of this wick. Yeah. So I think gold is also just moving higher. We've got Asia high here, and then New York lunch high, and then previous day high is much higher. So we're in a macro now. Let's quickly have a look at NQ. I think gold's a little bit cleaner now, just using the wick, right? But again, we've got the equal high here. Yeah, I mean, this is a breaker. Not a breaker, but you use this wick. 40, 90. Asia highs here. There's also a gap here, you see here. Oh, this is a nice long. I'm actually interested in this long, to be honest. Look at this little gap here. Where did I point it out? Here, boom. 4102. There's also a gap here. Breaker. Let's see how it reacts here on a little bit lower. Breaker active. It's a bit weird with all those wicks, to be honest. I never liked that too much, but hey, it's going for the Asia highs. It's going below Asia lows. Yeah, this is not going for the Asia highs. That's clear. Where's the Asia high? 3.25. You have to be patient sometimes, guys. It's annoying, but it is what it is. You just have to be patient. You have a good move at the 2 a.m. When you get a strong move like this at 2 a.m., I tend to do that normally because I've seen that once you get like, you know, a situation like this, you might get a little bit of time distortion or consolidation before the next move. So I actually want to get more into scalping as well. So maybe the gold is a good scalp. But is it all the way up to, do I trust it all the way up to the Asia high? To be honest, not, because we got the event horizon right over here. This here, so that move is not too hot. Looking at this wick, I just don't trust it. I don't trust anything today, I think. But also look at this 4-hour candle. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's rejected from this one here. Now, this is always tricky. If I see a wick here and a wick here, now, which one is a true rejection block, right? But you would think we are going up into this area if we would go back further down. So I think this is a good. I think we're gonna disrespect this wick here. We're gonna go up, take Asia high, go into this fair value gap here, 4-hour. Yeah, I'll get more confidence in that. Let's see, 3 o'clock. What's NQ doing? Are you going down a little bit? You're finally moving to the downside. Just looking at some. Yeah, and then what do we have here? Out, Asia high, Asia low taken. We look here also beautiful. Did we have a breaker retest already? We are just getting out of the breaker. Yeah, it's gonna go Asia high. I think this is a nice one, to be honest. Let's see. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Now you see it hit that wick, right? 75%. Now the question is, are you going to go higher? You need to go off. It's always hard when you have a breaker with a lot of wicks. But those are always a little bit tricky, to be honest. Yeah, you want to see go more down and go up, right? Look at this trend line. It's so beautiful. All these, yeah. But let's see. It's not really moving in a way that it's very easy to trade. I guess a 2 a.m. move was the best move, right? That was just fast and it was very clear. Let's see, what are you doing, NQ? Are you moving now? Okay, it's leaving it open. Very bullish, actually. Not even retesting the breaker. For me, it's really hard to get into an entry when I don't have that retest. I need a retest of something. And this is just sort of like, yes, we have a little fair value gap here. But we're in consolidate. It's not lining up for me enough. It's just a little, this area is a bit tricky for me to enter. I want to retest. I cannot enter without a retest. Impossible. Just want this area. I'm going to take the wicks out here. Just going to make it smaller. This is enough. You can touch the wick. Now also mind you, it could touch this area in this macro and just go down. So it's sort of like it could just be an extension. To here or here and then go down, retrace, take Asia low, and then go back up. Exactly 0.5. I want to see how it reacts here. Boom. Let's see. Because a lot of people are thinking that I'm going to continue, right? It could, but let's see what it's going to do. I guess Event Horizon is on the menu then. 411. Okay, 359. Hey Marco, how are you doing? Good morning. No. Are we rejecting of the zero point 0.5 now? This is the question. Or is this it for the move to for NQ? Or are we gonna make one more leg higher? It's just hard to read. We really have to wait. Look at the gold going. Okay, now we have some more information. Look at the this is bullish, right? You got the first percent fair value gap. Gold is on a mission. Gold is gonna go to the Asia high. Asia high. You can see clearly the first percent fair value gap has been printed. It's been that's the retest that I always need. Boom, this is enough. It went over the event horizon. It's on a mission. It's gonna go here. Asia high is on the menu for gold. Let's see if we can get an entry on gold. Maybe I want a retracement. Macro 0.5. It's just going now. Let me see if, oh shit, this is paper trade, guys, nothing. I just want to actually do something else, but let me just see. I just want to quickly, it's almost, it's not even a 2R at the moment. Let me just see. Long position. I want to retrace. Let me just get out of here. I don't think we're going to get a retracement, to be honest. It's going to maybe to here, that's it. For this move, I do not want to see this. I would not even like to see it hit this anymore because we have retested it already. Yeah, so this is it. Just go up to here. That would be my trade. But the entry is just here. It's just gonna be. Yeah, I think I'm gonna enter this one on a micro. Oh shit. MGC. I wonder if there's gonna be. Yeah, we've got this one here. That's the first percent fair value gap of the afternoon session. We hit the 0.5. I might get a retracement. That would be nice. 0.5. That's measured from this move here. But it just could go GC. GC. Z. Now I don't want it to touch the this anymore. It invalidates the trades. I'm not in. I'm not in yet on my other account. I just want to see if it doesn't do it. So this is the first presented fair value gap of Friday's PM session. So you see how beautifully, which lines up exactly with 0.5 from this manipulation move, right? This is manipulating, but clearly a distribution to the upside on gold. I mean, it's going up, that's for sure, but you just want to have a good entry. We're outside macro, but this is an entry here. I would wait now for the 350 to 410 macro, to be honest. Maybe let's see a it's going to go to Asia. It's not the point. Let's see. Bullish, Eurobox 0.5. It's hard read, right, on NQ because we're sort of like already, we've already grabbed so much liquidity. But if it's going up, it's really sort of like, it's not retesting the breaker. We took liquidity. All measurements are already sort of like, we're at 0.5 of a wick. It's not going down. It's sort of like becoming a bit of a gamble now on NQ, to be honest. I think maybe a gold might be the easier one. Just give it some time because we're in. Previous day low. Was there a previous day low on gold, by the way? Did we take a previous day low? Did we take any? Oh, look at Nasdaq going now. Now listen, Nasdaq could just take one more thing and just slam down at some point. So for me, I will not enter on NQ like this because I just don't know. Well, this here around the 2,367. Is that it? Yeah, going on of data, I think it should go up to 360-ish. We have a day, yeah, 360. So that's another 20 points. I don't do 20 points on NQ. I'm not really interested. But I think 360 because there's a daily midpoint as well. 360. What else do we have? We have quite a bit of another liquidity level at 360-ish. So I guess it's going for that level. And it matches around the 0.2. We've got the first presented here of yesterday. What else do we have here? .25, so it's going to go over this. I just don't know. It's just too. A little gap here. 381. No, it's not. It's not a gap. It's not a gap. It's not a gap. It's not a gap. Now my paper trade has been, I see it on gold, has been invalidated. That's okay. That's good because we get an entry. Might get an entry on gold. Okay, so what happened on gold? We took Asia low here. Asia low. We're into a value gap. We are going up. We hit the first presented fair value gap of the PM session. Now we're just retracing back. Now let's see. And we are 317. I think I would rather focus on gold now instead of, because I think gold is a little bit easier to read. Like if we get a retracement. Well, we also have a break here with a lot of wicks similar to NQ, but let's go to the 15. Yeah, look at this model here. I mean, we've got liquidity here, here, here. Perched. Changing state of delivery on the 15. So this is what ICT taught us in the last lecture. I don't know if anyone knows. We hit that just now. This is a low-hanging fruit, the 702. You take a range, 702 is low-hanging fruit. So this was the easy trick, but then you already hit to be in Asia, I guess. 702 is always a low-hanging fruit from this range, but taking it from this range to this range, the logic would be this would be the low-hanging fruit, 4161. But we just took this high from this range to this range. We just took it. We took Friday's low. We went below Asia. Asia highs on the, it just cannot leave Asia highs now, can it? We already made 1, 2, 3. We're making our fourth high here. We're chasing same delivery on the 15 minutes. Now this cannot be the full. So we're just gonna wait. 321 coming. Let's see. I'm gonna mark this as a full breaker, and then we're just gonna do a breaker retest trade. I'm gonna do a breaker retest trade on my account as well. Time is lining up almost. Breaker. Here we go. 321. What's NQ doing? Okay, NQ is just. It's not gonna take any risk on NQ now. It's just. Breaker. 15 minutes. go. Maybe see on the 5 if I can get anything a lower time frame. Same. C is the same, almost the same. I don't want too little information because it could retest the whole area all the way to midnight and stay bullish. It's okay. 322. Look at all these equal highs here. Equal. It left so many equal highs. I mean, come on. We look equal. This is not equal. Check out previous day. Hello. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We want an A plus setup only. See, you know what NQ is doing. It goes you have one little wick here at 3, and then just again just like this. Probably on the 5th end we already have a few consolidation candles. Well, it's sort of like going higher, right? 315. This was the move. And then here, the order book. Did we retest the order book? Yes, we did. Here we go. It's going higher, but it's just very slow. Interested in slow moves? No, we're not. We want displacement, and we want low resistance liquidity runs, right? We're waiting for the low resistance liquidity run to the downside on NQ. So just making us wait for it. It's okay, NQ. We'll take it. Look, it's the 4-hour candle slowly, just going up, going through the wick here. Down with we didn't resist at 0.5. Now we're at 0.33. We're almost at 0.25. So obviously we are going up. It's clear, but are we going to the? I guess we're going to this fair value gap. First presented of. I guess it was the AM session. Now, for example, what I would like to stay, if I would be in this trade, for example, okay, I called this out straight, right? Would I want to be in this right now, even though we're in here? You know what I'm saying? Not really. I don't want to be in this. Hey, SMC Charter. Hello, how are you doing? Hey, Aegon. Ooh, beautiful name, by the way. I love that name. How are you doing, SMC Charter? How's it going? We are stuck in consolidation again on NQ. Well, not really, but it's not really consolidation. It's moving, but it's not moving the way we want to move, right? The only trade that I could frame was the NQ 2 a.m. move. That was the only one. Up till now, it's just hard to really frame something good. Risk reward, have high confidence. But when that happens, it's not an issue because it will come at some point. I get more like when that happens nowadays. I'm sort of like, because we also have certain New York still coming, and sort of have ease of mind of it when it doesn't present itself straight away. What do we have for news? Nothing in London anymore, and obviously nothing in. We do have some FOMC members speaking, but we do have a orange folder news at 8:30, Empire State Manufacturing Index. So, but we have some news coming this week. I saw that. Let me just double check again because there might be some changes. tomorrow. No. Wednesday we have some London, and we do have FOMC on Wednesday. Yes, that was it. On 2 p.m. It can sucks a little bit. But then on Thursday we've got our non-farm. We've got FOMC and non-farm in 1 week. Interesting. I think they chucked everything in 1 week now. Okay, so I guess we have to be a little bit careful. And then PMI on Friday. Wow. Oh, okay. Let me see. MIC non-farm employment, but we don't have the Friday non-farm. What did they do with the non-farm on Friday? We don't have that. Do we have that next week then? Oh, there's a bank holiday again on 27th of November. What's that? Okay. Okie dokie. Well, anyway, but doesn't mean if there's no news we don't have any trades, right? It doesn't just, you can still have a large move sometimes. Or we just, we ping pong between NWOGs and we just have range, but there's always opportunity, guys. There's always opportunity. Just have to adjust. I guess we always have to adjust now with these weird markets. I mean, markets have been really challenging, but I think we learned a lot, right? I mean, it's still interesting though. Okay, what time is it? 3:29, 3:30. Almost my favorite one is coming at 3:50, but let's see, because 3:30 we can get some running. Look at gold. I'm thinking of getting in, to be honest. We're in the breaker. It's 3:30, and if we start, just want to see if we get a little bit higher. I want to just if it goes over this. But we do have on the 4:15 minute in here 3:29. I want to see what the next candle does. So in this, I want to see this hold the breaker. Then I would take it to Asia high, to be honest. I'm thinking of just, because I've got a very small stop now. Can I just a very small stop by, my stop is so small, I cannot let this one. I know it's a little bit of a risk, but Asia high here. And it will run until, it most likely will need time, because I will use this time and then also the 350 to 410 macro, but it's a little bit tricky because it could still go down further and disrespect breaker. $331. I really want to see some movement now, otherwise I'm going to get out. I might not even wait for my stop. because I'm also in my other account. I really want to see just a move and just disrespect this bearish fair value gap. Come on. Okay, I like that. A bit more. It's a bit of a harder push. Push, push, push. Give me some speed. So we have to disrespect anything. Either it's going to disrespect a bullish or it's going to disrespect a bearish. So I'm sort of like I don't want to use the word gamble, but we're in a breaker, but it's not the correct time actually to be in a breaker, to retest the breaker, but okay, I'm out. I don't like the 333. See, it's below the midpoint as well. I just want to see that push out, so it's just going to go low, and it's okay. We'll see. We still have a little bit of room to go. Gotta try sometimes, right? Keep your losses small. Doesn't really matter then. It's just all micros, especially in London time. Keep your losses small. But sometimes if you see, you know, and Q slowly going up. It's not leaving any, is it leaving, it doesn't leave any imbalances, just nothing. So you don't want to trade, it's really hard to trade this, and you have just sort of like up. So we just wait until it's done with that move, and then, you know, you want to take it until it starts going down. Actually, at some point when you start seeing this happening, you sort of know like it's just going up, and at some point it might shoot up in a very aggressive way, and then we might be able to catch a reversal. Just 1 second, guys. Oh, we're going out of the breaker. Here we go. Oh, let's see. What are you doing? Oh, you're actually not outside the breaker. Who is who thinks how high NQ will go before it goes reverse? Let's have a look again because we should be able to measure it, right? Kind of catch that reversal. We are here. Are we going? Okay, so we do have this. Who thinks is going to go to this? This was Thursday's opening rate gap, totally unfilled. There's zero. Well, there's one little wiki. I think we have one little wiki and this one little. This was it. The 9:30 open. We just left it. Now, are we going to go all the way up there? My higher time frame fib level from the manipulation move. This is a 1.25 right over here at the 8:30 time, which is also a little gap here on the 15-minute. So I did have that already, but I'm just questioning, like, are we going to go there now? I would love to see this being retested first, and then I would take it up, because we just made a little wick here, and now it's just going up. So I'm just on NQ. I'm just a little bit hesitant to enter because I just think, yeah, if I get in now, it might slam down on me and then go, So let's see. Now I don't think it will go all the way up here without one retest, but you never know. Oh gosh, hold on, guys. I need to do something. This bloody thing is bothering me. You see, it's just gonna pass it. Okay, so now we're out of this week. So now we know we have this area here. You know, always disregard and take it to the 10 o'clock. Now, I'm gonna wait for the 410 macro because we might get a good entry and stay in for a bit longer. But we already disregarded 25% and anything here, so I guess it's already. We now have to look for different levels. This is the event horizon, midpoint between two and walk, so I guess that's on the menu now as well. This is what happens on ping pong. I call that ping pong Monday because it always works. You can really use those levels but yeah, it's not really in a range. It's sort of like expanding, obviously. But look, it's 25%. But the question is, are we going to make it above 50? Let's see how we're going to reject here somewhere. So I think we got our next point of. I'm using this 4-hour wick because the day wicks is just too large. I don't really have enough. You have nothing here. Well, we have this large wick, but I think it's better to use this 4-hour wick now. This gives me a little bit more clarity. You'll see. I think this one on as well, just so we can study it. Because ICT always uses these, but let's see if some lines overlap, right? Let's see. It's very interesting to see. So I'm using daily and now this is interesting. Wow, look at that. So I have overlap here at this level here, and now we're here. But the 0.5 is exactly here. But we might have a few stops on the way. But this one is significant here with area 369. So that's about. Hold on. Cool. I've been freezing my ass off here. It's summertime. So, okay, 369 it is, and 369, 380 is here. So yeah, we're just expanding the 4-hour candle, right? Looks like it. So where are we now? Oh shit. Do not move. So here and okay, we're almost the end. Yeah. Okay, we might get a retracement in this area. So let's look. Because we've got the 350 410 macro coming. So I do hope we get a small retracement to enter, and then I'll definitely enter on the. I think we're going higher now. But hey, it's always a bummer. Then you enter and then it slams down and you right. But let's see. I think now this is the other 4-hour candle open, which is near the 0.5, 384. And we have a little gap at the 10. 381. You know, we have a small little gap as well. Small little volume imbalance. That's always revisit. It's near the 10 a.m. open. It's always important. The 10 a.m. open. Now let's see. We get a small retracement here, so we can enter for the 350 macro. Let's see. Now you're going to give it to us. Come on, thank you. You can give us some entry here. It's been nice. I know you're going to expand until 6 o'clock. So I think we have you know, this is not, if you see a candle like this, it's not gonna, you know, this is not the manipulation wick, and then we get another candle when it's like moving so slow. You've got a breaker above which has not been retested. It's just gonna expand. So at some point, you know, like, okay, now I've got enough information that this is a 4-hour expanding candle. Oh, hold on, it's a daily. Let me go to the 4-hour. Like if you have a candle like this, for example, right? Like this could be a manipulation candle, right? And it goes down now all the way. It could be, right, normally. But if you see moving so slow, but all these video arrays still here, a breaker that has not been tested. We've got we're above midnight. Where's my? I'm missing my first presented fair value. Oh, there is none. Wow, that is interesting. We don't have any on the 1 minute. Oh, here we go. Okay, exactly at the 3. I want to see that. Yes, okay, this is what I was looking for. Let's go back to the 1. Okay, so there's a lot of lines here, but because of, I need this information now because I want to know where it might, this is no, this is overlapping. You know, it's a difficult area because we're already in that in the higher time frame on the daily. We're in that fair value gap, right? It's an inversion, it's a fair value gap, so it's difficult. It's a large area. Let's just mark the inversion. Mark the, well, you see the inversion is also exactly the 0.5 of the mid of the N wick, plus also the 0.5 of another wick, of the 4-hour wick. So I like that, to see that. So yeah, I do think we might go up all the way to the 0.5 here. It's now, for me, getting an interesting level because we've multiple PD arrays, so that's 414. But the question is, where are we going to get a solid retracement to get in? Because now if you get in on here and then you get a solid, you're going to be stopped out, right? So that's the question. Patience is tested again, guys. Patience is tested. Patience is tested a lot. But hey, that 2 a.m. move, that was the easy move. That was the easy move. It really helps if you track like a specific, if you just focus on one specific time. I've been focusing on that time for quite a bit now. And then once you start really looking at time and how it behaves, you really start to trust the move, because that's why I didn't take it, because I on my live account or on my Funded, because I it was my first trade and I'm just waking up with my coffee. But it was very clear to me it will move, and exactly also the TP and the time, how if it starts moving the way it was. So I could highly advise anyone just to focus, if you have like a specific time that you trade, just focus on specific, maybe just macros, just focus on one and just really study it. And then I really mean study it, like really mark it and look what happened, and like start to frame if then statements around them. And it really helps. So for me, that one, well, I made a video actually about it even 2 months ago from the 2 a.m. move. And then I started doing the 150 to 210 macro, and then as a matter of fact, ICT gave in one of his last lectures, he went over the 1:30 to 2 a.m. Range, which I actually never tracked, but I actually didn't even look at that today, to be honest, because but it's so interesting that everything is just, we can have a look at it, by the way. Did it form a fair value gap? It says in London, that's an important fair value, the 1:30 to 2 a.m. Similar, like I guess the AM session, right? Where's the 1:30? Where are you? Okay, here you go. Okay, so I guess it's this fair value gap that has been gone through. Then you have your answer that will go up. Okay, gotcha. So this is what you tend to see, right? Then during LON, if you have a displacement, if you go further down and you have displacement through it, I guess that's your inversion, like we use it on as well on a reversal, I guess, similar logic. Oh, I have to focus on the Nasdaq, on the NQ. We want to take it to, okay, so this I don't like. If I'm bullish, I don't want to see two bullish candles. For the macro. We're going to give us a move down first. We could have a move down first for the first part of the macro. Let's see. It's okay. Oh, I left the door open. Oh, it's so cold. It's summer here, guys, but it's so cold. Should be sitting here in a bikini almost. Crazy stuff. Is there anyone in a trade already, or everybody waiting as well? Because it's not easy, right? I don't think I'm missing any of. We're just dibbling. It's just sort of like moving, but not really moving very fast. Okay. Hey, Amir. Well, I am bullish. Yes, I am bullish, but it's a bit tricky for NQ because we're already in a higher time frame PDRA. The question is how far are we going to go up into that PDRA? So I'm sort of like a little bit hesitant because anytime in that PDRA we could have had enough to go down, but because we're in a 4 hour and the 2 a.m. 4 hour candle, I do think we're going to expand a little bit higher. But it's taking its time because, and when it's getting so slow, I'm always wondering like, okay, because it doesn't have that much movement for it to do in this candle, that's why it's stalling and you see this kind of price action. So yes, I'm bullish, but I'm also a little bit hesitant to enter because I don't want to be, caught up in a very slow, in price action that's really slow. I want a fast move. So I would rather have a good retracement and then a last move to the upside. So like the second stage of reaccumulation and then the last move to take out that last bit of liquidity. Because obviously we're going up, but I just don't want to be stuck in a really, really, really slow move down. So I really want to see some kind of or just wait for the just let it play out and then just take the move down, have a solid trade, and just to the downside. But yeah, no, definitely, I do, we're definitely going up into the 400s, I think, on NQ. But I like this macro though, but I just don't trust it 100%. Because it's just creating liquidity. The way it's creating liquidity. If it creates a liquidity like this, I just don't trust it's going to take it out now. So I'm sort of a little bit hesitant now. But we did create a inversion here. We retested it. You see what's doing here? See, I don't trust this at all at the moment. I just don't trust it at all to engage because this is the liquidity that it creates to take out could take it out in the next run or next move, right? So that's why you have to be careful for. On the other hand, okay, it created inversion here and retested it, but did it retest it in the macro? Well, yeah, here. So I can frame it both ways. B56, B59. I think it's going to retrace here anytime. I have this feeling that this is an area where we might see some retracement. So I'm just prefer to either let it run without me or wait for that retrace. I'm hoping that we get the retracement at 4-ish. Let's see what it does. Just a little bit of a better move. Now it doesn't look like it though, but let's see. You see what it's doing now, right? It's just creating all these little highs. There's hardly any, and just now we get a little wick above it, sort of like it takes minor, and then things like this always make me very suspicious of the price action. So let's see if we're going to get the move down. Let's see what gold is doing now quickly. Okay, gold went below the breaker. We have a nice little gap here, so it went into that gap. percent fair value gap of the midnight area on the 5-minute. Beautiful area. Now you see what's happening on gold, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is beautiful trend line liquidity. But the question is, does one take one leg lower and then take out this liquidity? But you do have a change in state delivery here. But it already, okay, I see now. Maybe this is the break. No, it did not take out this. Okay. It did disrespected this breaker though. But the body is already coming over it now. Let's see. 15 minutes still going. 4 o'clock. Okay, let's see. I would rather focus on NQ. Let's see, what does it do at 4 o'clock? Is it going to spike up? See, I always stay out of this price. When I see this, this is for me low probability price action. It's just creating. This is just creating liquidity. That's low probability for me. You might get one spike up. You might get running, but it's just, you know, it could slam down on you as well. We are. I think we could just slam down. Like I said, this area, I don't trust this area at all. There we go. Now I like this though. Yeah. There we go. That was a good hunch. We most likely will disrespect this as well now. Let's see, we'll disrespect this conversion or not. I would love to see this retested. Where's the breaker? I mean the breaker here. Yeah. Good hunch. That was a good hunch. Again, I didn't take it because I just don't like the price action, but here we go. I want to see this breaker, this area retested here. So maybe that's a short now, right? 4-2. Yeah, this is a nice short. I think we're going to get a retest now. 291. I mean, there were no it's the algo. There were no buyers on Friday. It was just the algo running. It was really no buying pressure. It's just the algo doing its thing. So, yeah, it's all algorithmic. These levels. It's just there is no buying and selling pressure. In all honesty, and especially Friday, that was very clear. It was a beautiful AMD though. Are you looking at MQ, Amir? And it's exactly what you're saying. It's exactly when we had a big drop, buyers step in. It is the big drop was to take out a lot of buyers actually. They take out the weak hands and then they move it back up. It's exactly a liquidity grab and then they take it back up. So that's why you have the big drop, right? So it's to take out the people that were bullish. A lot of people had their stops exactly there, the levels that we took out, and then we had the move to the upside. It was fast, it was furious, it was beautiful. But it wasn't buyers that stepped in. The buyers were all taken out. They were all taken by surprise Friday. Nobody thought it would go down so much, right? There we go. We're going to get a retest now, guys. And look, it created all beautiful liquidity for us to take now. So I'm waiting. This is being rewarded. I'm patiently waiting for my retest, and then I'll enter, and then I'll take my nice trade to the upside. Oh, just I need to. Come on, give me my retest. I'm waiting for you. I want this retested here. Now, like when I say, okay, this my action, right? When we saw it happening on the 1 minute, that's actually a very algorithmic sign. Like when I say, okay, I already was looking here, and I was like, okay, that is looking like it's just creating liquidity to, and especially when they're creating equals, you know already. And when I do it in a macro, you can write this down, guys. When you see this happening in a macro, give it at least 1 hour before it will take it out. Sometimes it's half an hour, but it will never, if you see already 3 or 4 of these, and especially if you go to the 5, one and two. You see this one, 1, 2, 3. Do not expect it in the same to take it out. So then that was ready for me. This okay, I think this we might get a move to the downside now. So this is how you can, these are all algorithmic signatures that help you when you start. What I mean, you study the macros itself, and you see behavior, and you start recognizing behavior, and it can help you. Like, okay, now, at some point it will give you a retracement, but sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer, right? But it sort of like makes me happy when I see this. Like, okay, one here, and I saw this one here. And a little bit, I took it out, but not really, just little. Then okay, I think we're going to get the move to the downside now. So it's just starting to understand what in macros, what it's doing and how price is behaving. It can give you the information that you need, right? So let's see if we can we can get our trade to the upside, or is it done to the down? Are we done? Who thinks we're done to the upside, and who thinks we still have a leg up to go? Is this it? Now I don't think we're done because of these equals. Let me see on the higher time frame. What did we do? 3:30. Now, oh, this is, I guess we took out our liquidity. Yeah. Shit. The only thing that I'm thinking now is that we might not get, it's quite late already in London, that we might not, we just might consolidate for a while. We might not get the move until pre-market. Okay, what time did they create this? 4 o'clock. 3:54. Wait, hold on. It's sometimes annoying that it doesn't give you like what you're looking for, right? And you have to just wait. And sometimes you just miss your trade sometimes. But I still think we can get a proper 4 times at 4 o'clock. Yeah, you really want to see a proper reversal before around this time. So let's have a look if NQ gives that proper reversal, or it's just going to stall here and probably just, we're going to get a continuation New York in New York. But on the other hand, think about this: we are already in a higher time frame PD array. We're already in the daily fair value gap. So then are we just going to stall here? And then maybe make the last move in, New York Open. It just takes out the last liquidity, right? Something like that, or in the pre-market. And then I guess we get a move to the downside. Yeah, I'm quite bullish, to be honest. I don't think it's just wonder if we're just going to get the move to the upside. Is it going to be a New York continuation model? But then when are you going to move, NQ? We want to know when you're going to. Can you tell us, so we don't have to wait for you? And just look. This is a 4-hour expansion candle, right? So I mean that's pretty clear. With 4 hour. Let me just go to the 4-hour. So we still have 2 more hours to go on this candle, right? So at some point you will get a minor, it's like a TJF, 20% retracement. But we still have 2 more hours to go. So I do think it's going to expand to the event horizon. So that means the midpoint. I think this is a fair level to have in mind for this. I don't know if we're going to get there this session. Do we have a? I want to see you on the 15-minute. Whoa. Do you have a change in same delivery? Yes, we do. Do you have a breaker? Yes, we do. So we tap into a breaker. Now, I don't know who saw ICT's latest video. This is your breaker, right? You want to break a retest and you want to go down. But if this is the range, in its latest video, it says if you have a new market maker, it's just all market maker buy sell model, right? You go back and forth. And a higher time frame retracement is a lower time frame full market maker buy model, right? I mean, but we do have a change in state of delivery here on the 5-minute. Now it's a 5-minute one, so it might be a very small. And where does we go back into the original concept? So that would be in this maker retest. That could be this market maker buy side, sell side, and then go back up. The higher time frame was still bullish, right? But at some point we're not bullish anymore. We know we are in a daily fair value gap. At some point we're going to go, we're done. Because we already took out the weekly open, we took out midnight, we took out a previous day high. you know, but the question is how much does it want? There's much more liquidity upstairs, but you know, we don't know exactly where it's going to stop. Let's take this range, calculate the OT level. So as RT said, here we go. If you want to take the low-hanging fruit of a market maker, buy or sell, and you have a change in state of delivery, this is where you take your profit, 702. No. Did I? Now I forgot to mark it myself. 260. It makes sense. We're in a fair value gap, right? We're in the breaker. It's still a breaker retest. This is fair value gap. Take short into this one here. Go into the original consolidation. But I don't still trust it 100%, to be honest. But it makes sense, and here on it can go back up or not, or it's just going to go fall down further. We've got Asia low here still. We can leave this for later today. I would love that if they leave the 4 o'clock here for later. I would love to see it go further down. That would be awesome. Just thinking what to do. Now, what is gold doing? Both are different areas, so it's consolidating into a great area. We've got beautiful liquidity here. This is just, we have a change in state delivery on the higher time frame, definitely on gold. So I'm definitely bullish on gold. The question is how long will it consolidate here? Same thing. I think we're going to get the same thing here. Just going to get few of these 2-minute fair value candles. It is interesting. Well, let's wait. Let's wait. I do think now, because we are, time is telling us that it's sort of like we might be going into consolidation for now. Also, guys, watch this here. When you see, always look to your left. If you see this happen here and you're entering here, you can expect similar price section. So you count how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5-minute candles in half an hour. So you can almost be sort of like gives you like a direction. Like, okay, we might get into a half hour consolidation, right? So that means 2 15-minute candles. So let's say until 4:30, right? So you always look to the left, and then you see. So we might get one more move to the downside, and then we're going to get same price action again, right? So that's sort of like gives you some. It's not always, and sometimes it happens a little bit higher, but you can see it already happening here, right? Let's look at. You see here also as well. Look here. We got these candles here. We're in the end walk again. So we can expect similar and the 4-hour. But it's Monday, right? We can expect that Monday. So that means this is the 2, the 6, and the 10, and then we might get a move in the afternoon, right? So just look to the left. You're sort of like prepared. But it doesn't matter because we still have trades. So let's hope GC, what GC is doing on See here also on the 15, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15-minute, and we're now here. You know, don't be surprised if a few of these 15-minute candles. So that's what I'm saying. I think we're just going to go into consolidation. It makes sense. Also on the lower time from here. Now, sometimes it does not. It just disregards it. But sort of like, you know, most of the times you just see almost similar. And it's just creating equals here. Beautiful equals. So I'm just, oh, look at that. And Q is moving. Oh, I like that. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was just it's just a wick. Okay. Yeah. You know, because also, you know, you have to think if you have a candle that gets into a fair value gap and doesn't really walk, you know, run away from it. It's sort of like it's telling. I'm just thinking it might be interesting pre-market because of the price action now. What to do? Should just kind of. Okay, so technically for me, for my model, I hope it leaves this 4 a.m. It doesn't touch it anymore until New York AM session, because then my model might be in play. So I really hope that it leaves this, especially with these equal highs, and I hope it does not really get retested and go up and then it sort of like plays out. But we'll see. I'm thinking of leaving it here, guys, because I just think we're going to consolidate for a while. And I think we really have to wait till pre-market and AM session for the moves to continue. But hey, I think we have some, I think it's going to be a nice, I think there's enough potential for the AM PM session. Asia has moved already a little bit, so we can expect, we've quite some moves already. So it's going to go in consolidation also. Let's just see if it's going to move to the downside now. Or just consolidate. The moves seem to be bigger, right? Here, if you look at the candles, these are very small candles and these are a bit more heavy already. And Q and Q and Q 420. Okay, yeah. Don't take you out. This was overlapping. This is a gap. Is this a gap or no? I don't think so. This is overlapping. The close here is 81.25 and the open is 82. Okay, so this is high. There's not a gap here. So we can disregard that. Yeah, so I'm very curious on NQ because we've got this unfilled opening range gap still here. I wonder if we are going to go there because we do have, that means we're going to go up into the N walk again, which is this N walk here, but we've been working in this N walk already. But look here, relative equal. Look, Thursday was the only thing we did, but then again, it could be done here. It's just this, it just created this little wick here, and then I moved away from it. So the question is, how far are we going to go up into this? Let's calculate this range here. I didn't do that yet. The OTE level range here. Isn't this fascinating? The 79% exactly that wick that went into that. Boom, here. That's exactly that wick. I will take the whole range. Well, we don't. This is all bad, but we can do it. Oh, isn't that fascinating? 1.25 is exactly the 79. Isn't that just fascinating? Now, what's my 1.25? Please. I go to the 1 hour. This is how I use my standard deviation on the higher time frame. So I just use the manipulation ruler. Like, look at it from this perspective, guys, on the NQ. We've got a manipulation rule to the downside. We have a 1 hour save delivery. There's a breaker here. We've been retesting this breaker on Friday at 4 o'clock at the close, right? Even sorry, not even at 6. It's when the market opened Sunday. Here, boom, we went into this breaker. That's bullish. And now we're working our way up. We took liquidity, weekly open, but no, it's falling. It does not really go down. Previous high has been taken here, but we're going down. What does that mean? I guess it means we're going up, but are we going to get a good retracement? Yes, but how far are we going to go into retracement? Have we formed new breakers? What are our PD rays? What's the 4 hour doing? So I am very bullish on NQ, to be honest. Bullish to to go down, but the question is, how far are we going to go up? Because we are in a daily fair value gap again. We could disrespect that, right? We could disrespect it. So. Oh, go away. Ugh, go away. It's a nasty, stingy thing bothering me. So the question is, look at the daily. We are in a fair value gap here, but are we going to disrespect it at all? Or are we going to retrace? Now, internal, external. Now, what if we would go into this fair value gap with internal liquidity? Well, we're in it already. Now, how high is this level here? But if we take external liquidity, right? If we would go from here to external, then we would take, let's say tomorrow we take out this level, we would go down here, all the way here. We're just going to disrespect it. I'm almost starting to think we might disrespect this this value gap in the inversion. Maybe it could be that we just go consolidation to go higher. I wonder if we really are going to go from internal to external. We'll see. Yeah. Are there any questions before I head off? Because I don't think it's really, I think we're just gonna be in consolidation for a while, in all honesty. Can think it really will probably will move maybe in 1 hour, maybe we'll pre-market, but not. I don't think we're going to get a move now. Patience is so tested lately, guys, and I'm getting really good at it, to be honest. I'm really proud of myself that I'm not taking any trades. But then again, there's really no setup. I mean, there are really no setup. It is just, you know, one small move and then no retests. So, let me quickly have a look at NQ again. Same thing. Yeah. I would really like you for a higher to see this retested, but it's just not giving it. It's just not giving it. It's just not giving it all. Yeah. So let's see what the 4 hour now is doing, because we have got 1.5 hour to go on the 4 hour. Now could this candle still become a bearish candle? Could be, but is it likely to do so? I don't know. Gold, yeah, it's just consolidating. You know, it's just not even going to any levels of significance for that retest. Oh, look, gold is making a small move, 433. Could be. Let's see if it goes up. Yeah, gold is very bullish. I mean, it's really hard to be bearish on gold, to be honest. Let's see if we disrespect if it goes over this with the fair value gap here, but it might disrespect it. We already took Asia low, but we went below it, and then we got up. Now we retested this one here. See, the bodies didn't go below the first presented fair value gap of the midnight session. I think gold is might be a nice entry. I think Asia high is on the. Let's go for it. What time is it? 4:34. Let's see if it reacts here. Let's push through it. If we go over this fair value gap, I'm going to enter. Don't go away. Leave me alone. I want to go to the 1 minute here. I don't think we already have the breaker. We retested this. Yeah, I think it's gonna go. Let's see. I think it's gonna disrespect this area here. This is all manipulation. That candle. I don't believe that is gonna go down. Let's see. I think it's gonna go up. There we go. It's just not the time, but candle like this, I don't. It's just for me really bearish, in all honesty. It's more bullish than bearish, in honest. See how bullish this is? That's actually normally I add in these candles when I see that. It's very bullish. Thank you for subscribing. KPTL, GNZ. Now I think I think it's the best thing to do with this is just to wait a little bit closer to the macro. But I'm getting more and more bullish when I see this price action. This bullish price action to me, this is way to the downside. It's retesting this first presented, but how can I explain why I'm bullish? It's very. Let me just. I don't know. It's on its way up. It's actually it's like, yeah, but don't you? It's like it's going on its way up, but of course you need to explain it how. But it's sort of like a bit contradicting, like because it's actually retesting a first presented, right? But in this case, we also have this fair value gap here, and we're higher time frame bullish, right? Look at all the liquidity here, 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 here. Now the question is, when are you going to take this liquidity? Are you going to do it later or are you going to do it now? Are you going to wait for the macro? See, now it went into this wick here. That's nice. What time is it? 39. And again, it's just creating liquidity, right? You can see that it's just like creating liquidity. So a little bit lower, just creating more liquidity. $439. Hey Andre, how are you doing? Good morning, morning. How's it going? Did you have any trades this morning so far? We framed a beautiful 2 a.m. trade on NQ, but from that moment on, it's just been really hard to frame a good risk-reward trade with any, with just good price action, I guess. It's just sort of like waiting for a pullback, and the directions of, well, actually NQ is a bit dicey in the sense of direction because we already know it's bullish, but we're in a daily fair value gap already, so you have to be careful, right? NQ bullish, but how far is the retracement going? And when will it make the move, right? It's just a matter of time. It's just time now, I guess. So it's Monday, and let's see, do we have any end walks above us on gold? Because we have end walk below us. That's the only thing that now bothers me a little bit. See, and gold has, we are below the event horizon. You see, do you recognize what it's doing on the low time frame? What it has been doing here? It's just similar behavior at a later stage. This is the first buy. This is the first accumulation here. 1 second. Last run. I do believe that this is the second stage of accumulation on gold. I might be wrong. Or is it the first? Low risk buy. Low risk buy. First. We're almost at the macro. Let's see. We are almost at the macro. I really want gold to go higher. I really want to see that move to the upside, but Yeah, I think it's better to wait for the only thing I think NQ is really a good wait, but I'm just wondering if gold might make a bit of a move to the upside before in pre-market. Because we've been doing the retest in that, you know, we've got the 1 hour. Like if I look at gold, like NQ is a bit dicey because we have like, I'm looking at the 15-minute, but even on the 1 hour, right? We had a change in state delivery on the 1 hour here, right up here, and now we're just retesting it, retesting it. Liquidity, we got equals here, we got line of it here. We did not go into this one. That's a little bit tricky here. That's the only thing that I now look here. We did not go into this one. We did go into this wick. Well, maybe we are going down first and go into here. And then, you know, it just, yeah. Yeah, we might get into this little gap here. There's a small little gap. Like on the 15-minute, we do have equal lows here. I'm just noticing that. Here, we've got equal here. You see these on gold? And there's a little gap here. A little gap here, but equal low. So I guess we're going down first, maybe before we go up. We'll tap into this wick. Now I got my breaker retest here on on NQ. I've been waiting for this one a long time. Let's see if it respects this area, because then I do think we can get our move up. But I don't want it to go below this area here. Now the breaker is bigger, I know that. The full breaker is this area. So technically we could take Asia lows before heading up. And it'd still be bullish. But I'd rather not see that. You're on BTC long and looking to hit, and then possible stops at break even. Hello, Evneet, how are you? Oh, Andre, so you're on BTC. I've got BTC up on my thing as well. What was your level? It did get equal lows again. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's not done to the downside. Look at these. It created on the daily 1, 2. We've got 3 equals here. But yeah, it might tap into this area here, and we've got we've got a nice little imbalance here on the daily as well. I would have my TP around this area here. There's a little imbalance, and then I mean these are not going to be left behind, I would think. what's your TP? Looking to hit 98,000. 98,000. Let me have a look at 98,000. Hey, I'll be very careful here. Look at this little imbalance here. But there's one here too. See the two imbalances here. Here as well. Volume imbalance. Oh, there's another one here, and they are already in that daily. Let me mark this one as well. So they're very tiny, but they are there. Here we go. Look, that always equals. Look at this on the daily. I don't know. I would be very careful because you're in this fair value gap here. Do we have any inversion? Can we mark anything? Let me go to the weekly. Oh, we've got a nice wick here. Let's premium discount here. So I'm using this one on the weekly. There's no daily. What do we have on this side? On the daily, what do we have? Yeah, can use. I think, yeah, if I would be in, I wouldn't take it higher than up to this these volume imbalances that I see here. So we also have this premium discount wick. It doesn't really. I would really reassess when it gets up to it. But I would take my, if you're long, I wouldn't take it much higher than maybe somewhere in this area. I mean, those equal lows really. Well, it's triple. It's not equal. They're triple on the daily. When you see that, you have to be really vigilant because it went lower and it did not take it out. It just created it for just a little bit later to be taken out. And when did it create this one? In the weekend, Sunday. I wouldn't go too high with this one. I think it's not right with it. I think it's gonna definitely wants to see this fair value. But hey, listen, I want crypto to go up. I don't want crypto to go down, to be honest. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So frustrating. Popovnik, thank you for subscribing. I love your name. I just since yesterday looking to hit then a possible retracement stop at break even now. But Andre, do you see those little imbalances? Look at them because and also if you use the wick therapy, the wick therapy. Did I say therapy? Yes, I think I need therapy from the wicks. But yeah, just be careful with. I think 98 might be a little bit on the high side for BTC at the moment because of those triple equals. I just would be. Well, you have a break-even trade, but it's still, I hate to be stopped out break even when I can get a profit, to be honest. Let me have a look again at 98. So 98, you're actually expecting to fill the whole fair value gap, which I don't think. If it's going to go down, it doesn't have to fill the full fair value gap, right? Then you might as well go higher because it disrespects the whole. Yeah, it looks pretty weak to me still. It doesn't. It's not done yet, and especially on these. These are just too. When you see when it creates the leaders behind here, which are equal. This one is lower. Did not even take that out yet. Did it take out this? Yes, but it did not take out these two here. These three. There are three of them here. Unfinished business, baby. These here, boys. Yeah, I don't like to see this on but you know, it is what it is. And Q is here. GC, what are you doing? Okay, GC. Well, I'm bullish on GC, but I just don't want to make. Disrespect this. Okay, we're in a macro. Let's see. Are you ready to take it out? Or are you? What are you doing? Look how beautifully this has been setting up right now. I think we saw this a few weeks ago, but it took a time before it really went to get it right. So it could make more lows and just liquidity. So it's always tricky. But are we now ready to take it? Breaker, retest in the macro. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna take up one micro on. TP is gonna be. I still have the Asia high. Hold on. Where's my Asia high? Where are you? Stop loss. It's gonna be here. Oh, Asia high. Here. Let me see. I'm gonna enter on my account when it goes over, when it disrespects this one here. It needs to go. We're in a macro. We breaker. Breaker retest. Yeah, I'm getting in. Here we go. Now run. Now don't fool me again because I'm fed up with you now. No, I don't like this, but give it a few more minutes. What is it? 451. Okay, that's okay. Let's see. See, it's just creating more liquidity. So I really want displacement. Otherwise, I'm getting out. And I mean displacement to this side, not to the other side. Maybe I should put a magnet on. 459, 5 o'clock. Yeah, the only thing we have those equals here, right? So it might go to this level first. Ugh, so annoying. Let's see. What are you going to do now? Yeah, I think it's going to go a leg lower and take out highs. I think it's going to do that. Yeah. So I think those equal lows here are in play. Let's see. Let's see, because we've got these here. There's a little gap here. Well, we did go into that gap right here. Did we already take that gap? Yes, we did. We've got Asian lows here. Are you still going there now? Oh, you're so annoying. It's going. Yeah, I see 5 o'clock now. Now it's going to run. You're going to go there. I know you're going to go to Asia high. I know you're going to go Asia high. Asia high. Here we go. There's too much liquidity to not take out. So also, why do I have more confidence in this? Because it already rejected one time in this. So I trust this to be liquidity, but then we have more liquidity here. But we already rejected one time here, so I do think we are going to pass this now. I hope so, by the way. I'm going to make up for a few losses now. Come on, don't reject there again. Just pass it. You know you want it. It's 5 plus 2, 205. You've got some liquidity to grab. Look at that. Look at all the liquidity in gold. I'm sorry. I cannot call you NQ then. That's not nice. You are your own. I know. You are your own personality. Yes. I'm sorry, gold. I can move this up now. Almost break even. Okay. Now get over that first presented. Come on. Give us a push. Give us a push. You can do it. You can do it. Push, push. Go, go, go. Push harder. Yes. There you go. Now the only thing we have to be careful in this week, don't reject here. That's the only thing. Why is his first presented giving so much again? No. You already rejected it. Why are you doing it again? Am I missing something? Am I missing something here? Just creating liquidity again. Ugh, doing the same thing over and over. You're not. You're just going to go up now. I know you're going to go up. Come on, go over that go over that hurdle. See, he's gonna go create. You see, every time he just creates the same. He's doing the same thing over and over until it's really ready to run. So maybe this was the run for this macro, and it's just going to wait until another macro. That's very annoying price action always. But let's see, because I wouldn't be surprised if it just goes into this wick here and then rejects again. But another thing already did that here, and then we have the rejection here. So I do hope that this is going to be at least the liquidity, but we already hit this one, so that's why I'm thinking now we're going to go to Asia, but it might take some time. So it created another fair value gap here. So we see that it's sort of like bullish, but it could also indicate that you have to wait one more macro that is just going to wait until it goes into this one and then makes, it's just stalling again. It's just time distortion. So it's nice to have displacement, but then again, if you don't have follow through, it just means you need more time, and that's a bit annoying. Yeah. Okay, so you already took some off. Yeah, good. Yeah, I noticed that those also on crypto, those little volume imbalances, they are sort of like really a draw on liquidity, and they sort of like tend to reject there. Hey, listen, I really hope that it goes to the bottom very quickly, and then we go back up again. But we'll see. It's been a tough run for crypto. It just doesn't really, I don't know. It's been a little bit pathetic. How it's been doing, right? Okay, and like gold, come on, gold. Why are you giving me such a hard time? Well, I guess we have to wait for another run. It's not going to do it now. Or let's see, maybe after the macro. The thing is, you do want to see that it hits the fair value gap in the macro. Sometimes it starts running after the macro. Let's see, this one did go into the macro. Okay, let's see. It did create this one here. It already retested this one here. Now, I'm pretty bullish on gold, to be honest. I cannot be bearish on gold. These equals are bothering me a little bit, but I can't be bearish on it. It's just too. Everything yells that it wants to go to Asia. But there are some hurdles. This is a hurdle. Oh, look at these, all these yummy 4107. It's too much liquidity up here. Just cannot leave it. But look how this first presented is really being a barrier right now. It's such a strong barrier at the moment. There's no body even going into it anymore. You see that? So it's either we need to push it fast out of it, or I need to kill it. Otherwise, we might get another leg down. This is sort of indicating that might be another manipulation to the downside because of this. Let me see. I really want a body in this because, you know, here we have a body. Here we don't even have a body going into it. It's just rejecting. But let's see. I'm green now. I don't want to become red, but I already took some off. There we go. Come on. Go over it. There we go. Okay, I like to see that. But it still could, we're not done with this minute. See, it's fooling you because you think, oh, it's going over, but it's just a wick. And then it goes again, there's no body closure in this fair value gap. And that's a little bit annoying. Okay, now we're getting another one. Okay, come on, go. It's hard work today, this London session. Hard work. Long wait. Waiting is more tiring, I guess, but also thank you for subscribing, guys. I really appreciate it. Ooh, there we go. Yay. Let's see if my trade is green. So my TV is Asia high. Might be a little, maybe I should. Well, no, I'm going to keep it Asia high. Might be a bit of a longer trade though. Here we go. I think it could run now because we have the retest. We already low resistance, high resistance, low one to the down. The only thing that worries me is this wick, which is also midpoint event. So it might reject here 493. So let's see. So I might have to take it off there a little bit sooner. But I think 493 is a good level. If it manages to stop over this bloody first presented, the London first presented. It's a very strong, it's really working as a, it's giving us a hard time. But come on, start running now. We don't have any consolidation to the left, so I think we're over this level as well now. We had already a stop. Body over it. Come on, you don't want to go back in. Otherwise, I'm going to call your NQ again. I don't really like that. Quickly have a look at NQ. NQ is still not doing anything. Wow, that's pretty annoying to be honest. Okay, I'm getting out of gold. I'm still in profit. I'm getting out because it does not go over the, it's not going over this first presented, which is a little bit tricky, to be honest. Let me see. I'm out on my, This is a bit tricky now. Could have fooled me, but I'm getting in when we really have a stop over. I really want to see that it goes over this. That's for me now. The algorithmic signature. But then again, on the other hand, I will be careful here on this 15. Let me go high time frame. So I would like it if it rather takes out, goes a little bit low, takes out some, but I don't think it needs to go anywhere. There's no need to. Retest it, give it a break. It's on the way up. It's on its way up. It's taking time. It's taking its bloody time to do that. Let me see. What do we have here? The 4 hour. Oh, we still have. Okay, you see that? I see what's going on. I get it. I gotcha. I understand what's going on. You see this here? We already went over the 0.5, and that's over here. That's this level here. And that's, I guess, enough for this run, for this 4 hour candle. So this wick is a rejection block, right? You can consider this a rejection block. So this 4 hour candle is rejecting from this, but it doesn't mean it's going to go, not going higher, but it's just rejecting now. So the next, most likely what you will see happen is that the next 4 hours will get a rejection, or you get like a manipulation to the downside, then it will, then this comes liquidity. This is not liquidity, it's a rejection block. It's doing its work as a rejection block, but that's okay. So it's just rejection. Oh my god, now, okay, I gotcha. So I don't think it's going to do it in this 4 hour candle. So I think we have to wait until 6 o'clock before it makes the move, if it makes sense, right? So that's why we are, you know, it's like a TGI, it's like the same, it's a similar concept as a TGIF. You get like a weekly candle and then it retraces after it hits a certain level, which is in this case the 50% or whatever, could be another high or something, and then it retraces 20% to 40. And let me see if no, I will be very upset if it does it now, because it does it without me. Bad things happen, but let me see that with my TGIF on. It's not only the weekly candle that you can use it on. Especially when you have things like this, you look at these levels, and if you go to the low pattern, especially on the 15, you'll see some logic. So now this is 20% of the weekly, 30, 40% of the weekly candle, right? Oh, I can do it differently. Hold on. So I personally wouldn't like to see it go out of that range now, because we're so close to the end of the 6 o'clock. If it does it now, it fools me. See it's going, because I'm like, okay, you know what? The 4 hour candle, let it retrace, and we'll prepare for the next, when the next 4 hours starts. But the next one is tricky because we've got the open, right? But then again, it could just quickly go up to this level. But you're prepared, you already know what's going to happen, right? So I would now, for me, it's now, okay, you know what? I don't want it to actually make any move now. But it does. Okay? So no one's listening to me anyway. It does what it does, right? But I would rather have it take out the. Oh, and Q. Q is going down now. Oh, my mic is cracky? Okay. I think I have to restart my computer anyway, and think I'm gonna take. I'll be back in the. I actually said goodbye already a couple of times, but then again I saw something happening. But thank you, Andre, for letting me know. I need to. I want to test that because. Okay. Is it always or sometimes? I think I have to restart my computer anyway, and think I'm gonna take. I'll be back in the. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, I need to. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I really need to figure it out. I don't know. I don't think it's the mic on its own, but I'll have to figure it out. I think it wasn't that. It wasn't. Was it all the time, Andre, or anyone else? Could you let me know, or was it just late, just at the end? Remember, guys, we've got equal highs on NQ, right? So and there's 4 o'clock time there, which is a very important time to me. So I like it that we go away from that. That's something I really like to see because that gives me. I actually want to go much lower, and I don't want the 4 o'clock actually to be touched anymore right now. That's for me because then my model is in play after 10 o'clock. Then this is my model, and it's also on the NQ. We still have this opening range gap. It's only a little wider on this is it. So I'm actually hoping we might go into that area today. But we have to see how it's going to react. If it respects this breaker higher time frame. It's not an easy read. Oh, I'm already out on my account by the way on this one, but I might re-enter. I still have this one here. I think I'm gonna kill this all because I don't think. I think we just have to really wait for that new 4-hour candle. That's the best thing to do in this situation. It's just gonna manipulate. It's just gonna time. It's just time distortion. Yeah, look at the left here. We might get the same area like you see, this area right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off, close position. 6 o'clock. Now, Monday, I call it ping pong Monday. What I like to see Monday is that we use NWOGs and we use the midpoint of the NWOGs as we're going to range it, even though we might go up one more leg and we might start ranging. It could happen, right? If we go higher into the day in the daily, like for example, so I'm already thinking like, okay, what could happen today? For example, we go into this daily value here, right? We could have some ranging, and what you can see, what a lot of the time, if it ranges, it could be between an NWOG and the event horizon. So let's see, but then we use those NWOGs and those points, and even though ranges, you can just ping pong between them. I wonder if we do go above this one though. Where are we then? 4-1. Oh, hold on, this is gold. But that's the same thing, right? Doesn't matter if we go higher. Uh, I don't. I wonder if we go higher. We do take this level here. See. We are creating that value. It's not a value gap yet. But on the 4-hour we do. On the 4-hour we do have already a. So we need to go to the above the midpoint of the end walk to balance this balance. Okay, and gold is already going down. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break because I'll be back in the AM session. Periodic technique. Okay, not all the time. It feels like your internet, honestly. And Q is heading to Asia low. Yeah, I need to restart my. I need to figure it out what's going on because my Wi-Fi should be good, to be honest. But yeah, I've been doing a lot on the laptop, and sometimes I don't really I did actually restart it before I started, but I have to figure it out. But thank you guys. I'll be back. Be careful. Um, wait for the yeah. Just be careful because we got a new 4 hour coming at 6 a.m. And yeah, I think I won't start my stream before 10 a.m. But then I'll keep an eye on the market, and I'll post maybe if I see some things, I'll post in the Discord. So I'll do that. Thank you for your feedback, guys. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later today. If anyone has a question or something before I leave, I'm just double check with you guys. Just want to make sure that I don't leave you guys like that. No questions? Anything? In that case, if there's nothing else, I will see you guys later. And yeah, if there's anything substantial, I will leave it in the Discord. And I'll be back at 10 a.m. I love you a long time, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again and supporting me. And it's always fun to do these sessions. I'm really enjoying it, especially with you guys in the chat. So, but I'll see you guys later. I'm looking forward to the AM session. And maybe yeah, we'll see how long it goes. I don't really mind if there's a good price action. Either I'll split it up for another PM session with a break, or we'll see. If there's good price action, we just take it anyway. Okay, bye bye.